It's the Playhouse Podcast with Kat and JJ.
Can't believe it. I missed everything.
Missed the show?
What am I going to do?
Check out the Daily Podcast.
Hey, what's one thing you just don't borrow? We started putting this list together because I had washed all the swim trunks that were at our house. My youngest son will have all his friends out and they'll jump in the lake, and they just all use the swim trunks that are at our house. And I started thinking about that, and it's kind of gross. But what's one thing you just don't borrow? The list got pretty long this morning, and if you missed it during the live show, it's coming up in the podcast in a couple of seconds. Here we go. If you knew you had 1 year left in this life, what would be something that's on your bucket list, Kat? Like, you would feel like your life was complete when your year was up because you got what done that you haven't done yet?
Well, I think with what happened with my mom, how I turned 40, she's like, I'm going to take all my kids when they turn 40 on a trip to where they want to go. I can't wait to do that with Liam, but I want to do it like every decade because I only have one kid. So
we did that with all our kids when they were 16.
Yeah. So I'm excited. 20, 30, 40, just to make sure that we celebrate, another decade of his life. Where do you want to go? Just like an epic trip. Like that is something
so
I want to
your bucket list is, and where did you take Liam when he was 10?
Florida.
Okay. And so 20?
Wherever he wants to go.
Really? He wants to go to Punta Cana? You're going?
Yes. Wherever he wants to go. Anywhere in the world.
He wants to go to the North Pole when he's 20 to meet Santa.
I would love to do that. So
he wants to go to Antarctica to play with an emperor penguin.
Let's go.
You're taking him when he's 30?
Let's hop on that plane.
Lies make
Why
baby
are you calling me a liar?
Because you're not going to Antarctica.
I would love to.
You would never
Cold vacations are my favorite.
Callie texted in, I want to own a home one day. I've been renting for 13 years. Good morning to Brent. Got your text as well. He said, this one's got my heart. Have a child of my own.
Oh.
My wife has some medical issues.
Some people just don't realize how much of a struggle it is for some couples. And, I was so fortunate. You're so fortunate to have 3 of your own, but to have that wonder of, I wonder what something would look like of both of us, my heart goes out to you for sure.
It was funny. My wife was talking to some coworkers, and the one worker that she has, a friend at work, was taking today off to move her daughter to college a state away. Mm-hmm. And her only daughter, her only child, and heartbroken. Like,
I'm sure.
And Trisha, she sat there last night. She goes, I know what she feels like. And I go, what do you mean? She's like, it's the worst feeling in the world to drop your child off for college. And I go, what are you talking? This is how different my wife and I, our personalities are. Mm-hmm. She's heartbroken that her child went away to college. I was so happy for them. I was like, we took a baby, raised a baby who has a ton of friends. They're smart. They've got their own angle on the world. I was so excited to watch them grow outside of our mold.
Yeah.
I was so happy for them that they were going to get a chance to do what they wanted all the time by being out of the nest. I was just ecstatic to watch them grow, where my wife's like, yeah, but they're growing without us now.
Yeah, but weren't they only 17 minutes away?
Yeah, well, I mean, that doesn't matter, but like that
sure it does. If I'm going to send my child halfway across the country, that's a little different.
They come home when they want to, no matter what. No matter what.
It's a little bit more of an effort to hop on a plane every now. It's more expensive. Your kids were 17 minutes away.
Well, regardless, my wife apparently almost collapsed from it. So my question to you is, what is the real thing on your bucket list? Again, everybody wants to go to the Grand Pyramid and the Great Pyramid and look at it from the inside and look up and see it. I get all that. But like, what's a meaningful thing that is on your bucket list? Now, Travis had called. He said he wants a couple of minutes because he wants to make sure that he actually wants to come on the radio with this.
Okay.
If he doesn't want to, I'll break down what he said. So we're going to talk to him in a quick second. So give me a second to pull his thoughts together. But I want to know yours as well, okay? Talking about your bucket list stuff. And Travis, number one, I appreciate your patience on this. He had called right away, and he's like, I don't know if I really want to talk about it. And I'm not saying we talked him into it, but I think just kind of being comfortable to say what you want to say now. Go ahead, man. The floor is all yours. A bucket list item that you want to get done before you die that's like really meaningful to you.
I think that this might be weird to say, but
I think I want to be with a man.
Have you ever been with a man before?
No, I haven't, but I've been divorced 3 times, and I don't know if women are for me.
Yeah. Okay.
0 for 3 is tough, and
yeah,
my friends, I don't know what they're going to say about it. But
you're not the first and you're not the last to live that life. We know somebody that was married for 18 years, waited for his child to leave the house, told his wife literally the next day that I am not into women anymore. I love you. Thank you for all the years. And now full on lives the life of being with men and like living his true self.
What stopped you from making that move as of right now? Like, you obviously haven't yet, but what's stopping you?
Oh, probably just a lot of, repressed stuff. And, I like hanging out with men even more than women just anyway. Not as a way that I don't like with women and stuff. Of course not. But it just feels more natural that way, and it feels maybe just a little bit better for me in my path. We'll see how it goes, I guess. But
are you in a situation where you're a little bit afraid of what your friends or family might say?
Oh, totally. I mean, as a man, you walk around life with a certain expectation on your head of acting and behaving in a certain fashion.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like, being with men is not really in the quote-unquote normal set of expectations.
Well, I hate to even say, like, good luck. You shouldn't need luck. You should have the support of people you love. But the fact that have we ever had a phone call like this where somebody is so honest? Off guard.
No, we've had plenty of women that have called and said, "Yep, I've been with a woman," or "I want to be with a woman," but I don't know if we've had the guy call for this. And I would say, good luck. You should find somebody who you like to be around. Like, life is meant to be shared. So go out there and find somebody that's going to make you happy, man. And
I hope your friends and relatives pleasantly surprise you.
Yeah, but we all have that one person in our life, or at least probably a couple, that if you switched teams, they would look at you different. I'm not saying it's right, because I don't think it is, but there's probably at least 1 or 2 people. I would say, try and get that out of your head as much as possible and just think of what your future happiness might be.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate those words. It really makes it a little bit easier to deal with, so I appreciate it.
Felicia says, to bake chocolate chip cookies from scratch with my first grandchild when he's young, hearing him laugh, smile, and call me grandma.
There it is.
And tell me he loves me. He's due September 7th, and I've been fantasizing about baking with him in the kitchen. Truly on my bucket list. It's going to happen, Felicia. You just got to wait until he can talk.
And that's really weird, because, like, I've kind of turned the corner when my son got engaged this summer.
Yeah.
I turned the corner to be like, oh my, like, I genuinely started, I've always kind of cared about my health and wanted to grow old with, like, I see old people and, like, how they're kind of decrepit, right? And they don't have great physical standing anymore. And I never wanted to get that way. But then as soon as he got engaged, I'm like, oh my God, I got to be the one that's going to teach his kids how to throw a curveball. Like, I got to still be in that physical shape.
I mean, to be honest, you could be just a couple of years away from hearing you're going to be a grandpa.
Isn't that weird?
That's crazy.
That's bananas. Yeah. How are you feeling?
I am feeling fine. How are you?
Yeah, you got a big exciting weekend going on. The in-laws have splurged for a fun lake weekend.
Yes. So she's been wanting to do this, my mother-in-law, for a long time, to have all of us meet up at the exact same time. She just went over the menu with me. She has thought of everything. And so I think it's going to be a really, really good time.
Is there anyone from, and this is Derek's side of the family, is there anyone from that side of the family that could be a problem this weekend?
Me. No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be really chill. She's bringing a lot of lawn games. She has printed out brackets. So... But, my brother-in-law and myself, we've been very competitive since day one. And we do like cook-offs around Christmas. And then, he sulks a little bit. And then...
Oh, because you win all the time.
I win every single year. So there's like a little trophy for the bake-off every year. And, I can't apologize for being
amazing,
better. So I just let it simmer. And then the year goes by and then he's better, so... I'll just have to keep beating him. Like, nothing in my body can let someone else win. That's my mom's side. Even my child, like when he was 3, slapped the ball out of mid shot in your face.
Great parenting.
I know.
101. Yeah. All right. Today, as we tackle the day a quick reminder, and I got to work today going, oh, it's going to be such a fun, it's going to be a fun show, but I was like, oh, Psychic Kim's going to be on the show. She'll be here tomorrow. This is, again, my bad. I don't know how I got on a Thursday. Yeah. My whole head has been set on Thursday. I do have to remind my son, Nolan, if he's up yet, you have a physical today because it's Wednesday. And so, like, I had to literally 30 seconds before the show started, I had to look at my phone calendar again and go, okay, recalibrate. We're only midweek.
So does he go to that by himself? And does he go to the same pediatrician that he's done?
New one this time because we moved, and the physical is good for a couple of years, right, in high school, and he's got to get it done today, or like today or tomorrow. It has to get done because it runs out before the weekend, and then he can't even practice or play football. And so, like, my wife had to squeeze him into anyone that would take him. Yeah. And so he's like, well, I don't even know this doctor, and I'm like, everything's the same except for when they do the hernia test. Okay. Like that, and I keep telling him all the time, you can't be ever embarrassed at the hernia test because they do probably 30 of them a day. Yeah. And the most embarrassing one ever was we had this billboard. Kat and I had a whole series of billboards, and I go into my doctor, and we're having a casual conversation. How's your health? You got any concerns? All right, go ahead and drop your drawers. And as his hands are on my testicles, he looks me in the eye and says, you guys have that billboard over there on Highway 10.
Don't lie. That's the first time that's happened to you?
That's the first time. Well, not the first time somebody noticed the billboard, but the first time somebody had their hand on my junk. Okay. And then said, oh, you're that guy on the billboard. And I was like, could we keep this professional? When lottery numbers get up into that like $500,000, $700,000 or $1 million thing, maybe even $1 billion, you'll see on Mega Millions every once in a while. We all know what we want to do with that money, right? You're going to pay off all your debts, and then you're probably going to get a big house. You're probably going to get your sports car or your big truck with the dualies or whatever you want. What's the one thing that's like peak interest for you?
If I were to win all that
let's
money.
say you win $700 million. You're going to get $350 million after taxes.
I would love to help out a bunch of family, truly, because then they're forever indebted to me. So... You want my intrusive thoughts?
I thought you were just going to be like a good person about that.
And then I would purchase a huge venue, and I would turn it into like a multi-basketball court venue where teams can purchase their time. Because I didn't realize until you have like a basketball player how hard it is to get court time.
Wait till you get a hockey player. It's even worse.
Oh, I'm sure. And so, I'd buy a lot of things that would forever give me money back. You know what I mean?
It's a great idea. Yeah. You invest in the future and you get a chance to provide some happiness. What I'm looking for this morning are the people who were really down to nothing, and then you hit a jackpot. It could be a casino, the racetrack, the lottery. Like you had no money in your savings. You were $50,000 in credit card debt. Okay. You couldn't pay your mortgage or your rent the next month, but you went to the 7-Eleven and you got a scratcher and you hit a jackpot. Stuff like that. Those are the stories I'm hunting for. Bailey, I appreciate you calling. Who was this, by the way?
That was my mom's boyfriend.
Okay.
He was behind on a lot of stuff. He played lottery all the time. He would sit and try to figure out the numbers for the Daily 3 and Daily 4 every night.
Okay.
That's impossible.
And then he won $10,000.
There it is.
And he was able to pay up on his bills and even had extra money afterwards.
This guy figured it out. He broke the matrix.
He got lucky is what he did. Did he break the matrix, or did he was in the right place at the right time? It's scary. Gambling is so scary because you go on that roller coaster. You used to play poker before work.
Yeah, but that's a different gamble. Like, you control some of the variables. That's why I like playing pool so much, because I control a lot of the variables, right? You're not going to, you can't necessarily judge or predict what the guy across the table from you is going to do, but I'm in control of a lot of my success. Where if you just go to the gas station and get a lottery ticket, it's completely out of your hands. Unless, like this guy, study the numbers. I mean, is there a chance that you could study the Daily 3 and give yourself better odds?
God, I got stuff to do. That's a lot of commitment. So therefore it paid off for him. That's a lot of commitment.
Hey, Laura, let's get your story. Who was this?
Me.
Yes.
I mean, I was a single mom, and it was just a struggle.
Okay.
I did get laid off, so once the separation money was gone, I had taken a job that didn't pay much, like my mom was still around, so she helped some, but it was everything. Like, I just was struggling to make ends meet.
Okay.
And thankfully, I won $5,000 on a scratch-off.
Wow.
Life is good.
Yeah, life is $5,000. Makes a big difference.
It sure does, but it also makes me think you were a single mom, you had no money, but you were still buying lotto tickets.
That's a heavy judge.
It is a heavy judge, but I'm saying what some people are thinking.
Do you play the lottery often?
No. I do like a $20 scratcher if I'm getting wine with a friend, but... What are you about to laugh at?
I talk about it all the time. We talk about it when the jackpots get big on this show. Mm-hmm. And I never, ever, and there's a gas station a mile away from my house, and I stop there for bait. Yeah. And I stop there for gas, but I never have, because you have to have cash, right? Or can you now pay a credit card?
No, you can pay with card. Yeah. I really put a lot of hope into my dad winning because he goes to the gas station every day to make sure he has a new one. One of these times it's going to stick and he's going to win.
And I bet if you work at a gas station, you've got your regulars that come in and buy every day that you probably have hope for.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I hope you win. If you got a great story, let's get it. Hi, Sean. How are you, man?
I'm doing good.
Good. We're talking about these lottery stories. Like you were down to your last dime and then you bought a ticket and you won $10,000.
It wasn't mine. It was my niece.
Okay. What happened?
She bought a ticket on end of April of 2020, a scratch-off crossword puzzle in Bemidji, and she won $100,000.
Dang! Does she have her photo up at the gas station?
You know, they had the picture up for a week. The workers didn't know. They put the thing up for a week at the gas station.
Yeah.
I told my sister, take a picture with that in the background. And they never did.
Oh, well, that's a missed opportunity.
I would never have taken a picture. You should see how I go to the gas station. I would not want that photo up every. What did she do with the money? Were you proud of her? Did she invest it?
Well, they wrote that to go down to Roseville. They took out 31.25% in federal and state taxes.
Of course.
So she's walking away with $70,000. What does she do with it?
$68,000.
Okay.
She paid off her debts from going to college. She moved out of the trailer court into an apartment.
Boom.
Gave her grandma in Arizona a bunch of money, and then her brother in Arizona, and then my niece. She bought her other first cousin. She bought her a minivan.
Oh,
what a lovely!
That was very sharing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She bought my other niece a minivan.
Did you see any of this money yourself, Sean?
What?
Did you get any of this?
Yes, she helped me. She helped me out because I missed my turning in my time cards.
Yeah.
And I missed my pay period, so she loaned me $200. I was going to pay her back, and she never once took my phone calls.
I've never.
I tried for 2 weeks to get a hold of her.
Yeah.
I got your $200, and she would not answer me my phone calls.
Aww.
Where do you work? I've never understood that. It's like they have the money. They budgeted for you.
He
to be
forgot
working.
to turn his time cards in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, can't you just say, sorry, I forgot to turn them in? I can't believe your company wouldn't just give you that $200.
Well, you have to turn them in by Tuesday, and I was in the hospital.
Wow.
So I didn't turn it in until Thursday. By that time, it was too late.
You need to find
quite a life.
another
So
place to work.
I need some money to hold me over till I got my next check. I got 2 checks. And I called her back, and she wouldn't take any of my calls.
Well, what
she just
an
didn't
amazing
want your
niece.
money. I love that.
I don't have a single relative that would be this nice to me. Sean, hey, man, I appreciate your story. I hope you have a great morning. Thank you for calling. And you guys are always welcome. Share with us. During my previous vacation, I washed all 10 pair of our communal swim trunks. Now,
Yuck.
as I'm thinking about that, it is kind of nasty. So anytime my son has friends out to the lake, we just have a whole, and I don't even know where these came from. I didn't buy, and I don't think my wife just bought like a 10-pack of swim trunks.
They're just left behind after a weekend of fun.
I think some of them, right. I think some of them, my older son's friends had probably left them behind, and we just kind of have a bucket of swim trunks. So I washed them all, and I was thinking to myself, that's not a big borrow. Like if somebody's like, can I use it? And I usually tell the boys, like, leave your underwear on too.
Yeah.
Like you just don't know who else has been using these swim trunks. But what's not okay to borrow?
I don't borrow hairbrushes. It skews me out. There's a lot of lice, scalp residue. I don't know what it is. And I have a relative that she'll just always be playing with her hair, and she'll be doing this, and then she'll be like sprinkling it over here. And it just drives me crazy. And she'll do it around my house. She's done it at like family gatherings, and then I have to vacuum right away. Hair is not, I don't like to think of other people's hair on me.
Ben had texted in razors. My father-in-law always wants to use my razor.
Yeah. You heard about why you shouldn't, obviously.
Where
do you use your razor?
Oh.
Some people might have something and then maybe you take it up on your face. Then you got some bumps. You got a lot of explaining to do.
Good morning to Amy, who said mascara. Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can get real eye diseases, right? You can spread a lot of stuff. Beth said loofah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I hear the stories of where Kat's husband's loofah has been, and it skeeves me out a little bit. What's the one thing we're not going to be sharing, Elise?
A toothbrush.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's top of the list. I just can't. My wife, sometimes we're on vacation and she's like, I forgot my toothbrush. And I'm like, you got two choices. You can use mine or you can go to the gift shop, because if you don't go to the gift shop, then now I have to go to the gift shop because I will not reuse that.
I had a boyfriend. We went on a vacation and he did that, hence had a boyfriend. That wasn't the deciding factor, but it was pretty gross when I saw it.
Going through all these texts right now about things that should never be shared, as I started thinking more and more about all the different random 16, 17, and 18-year-olds that have used the swim trunks at my house.
Mm-hmm. Macy texted deodorant. Macy, my husband, and I share deodorant.
That's friggin' nasty.
It is.
Your
we
pits
have
are
clean armpits.
No, you don't.
Absolutely.
There's
when
so
I get out of the shower,
bacteria.
No,
you can't get it all in the shower. You would need to go. You have to have gasoline or turpentine or bleach to get all the bacteria out of your pits.
I use the Men's Degree Cool Rush. It is.
Do I?
Do you?
Oh my God, we're deodorant brothers.
Just so
Twinning.
Connected. Anyway,
Avery, something else we shouldn't be sharing?
I think makeup shouldn't be shared as a girl.
Yeah.
Just because it's by your eyes and your mouth, and there's a lot of stuff that can spread through that.
I agree. Someone else said mascara. I would say, anything that goes on your face and other people's oils can get on your face. And I don't know, lipstick, definitely not.
But blush would be okay, right?
Yeah, I guess blush. But it depends on how it goes on. I wouldn't borrow someone else's kabuki brush. You know what I mean? That's a lot of their skin on my skin.
I have a sister, and she's asked to borrow my stuff, and I'm like, you can just keep it if you're going to use it.
I love it. Ken's going to join us. Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? Everybody! I agree with Kat. This might be poor timing, but nonetheless, we appreciate you coming on the show here. Ken, you want to tell everyone, we were kind of sharing a little bit of this behind the scenes, but what's going on as far as your daughter goes?
Well, my daughter, who is going into 8th grade, just kind of told me and my wife that she does not want to go back to school for the next school year.
Okay. Well, did something happen? If a child says, I absolutely do not want to go back, I would have to have some reasons given to me.
Well, she has friends, but she said it was kind of a bad year with her friends, and they didn't really get along, and they were fighting a lot, and she just doesn't want to be around that toxicness anymore, and just kind of wants to detach from it, and really wants us to homeschool her, at least for one school year, and I don't know if I could do that.
Do you have the luxury of doing that? Are you somebody that would be qualified to do that, or your wife, or where would she go for this?
Right. Well, we have to figure that part out. And so first, I feel like we need to have a whole conversation with her where we sit her down and go, look, I think you need to go back to school because this is kind of just running away from your problems. This is not the way you solve things.
Yeah, and that would have been my take as well. How does your wife feel about this?
She doesn't want her to be homeschooled. She would also like her to go back, but, we're not going to force her to do anything.
I am a big believer of not running away from your problems. And if that was the only thing, if she wasn't having problems with the teachers or the curriculum and it's just the friends, then we're always going to be around that stuff throughout life. You're always going to be around either someone you work with, a family member that you don't like. And for that moment, you have to know how to tolerate it, Do you feel like you're letting her run away from her problems if you did that?
Yeah, exactly. And, kids are always going to be terrible. So the trick is to just find other students or kids who are less terrible.
So let's do this. I'm going to put you on hold here real quick. And I'm willing to bet that we have listeners that have been through the same thing where Your son or your daughter comes to you and just is like, listen, I hate school. I hate these people. What was your reaction? Did you go to a homeschooling thing? Did you switch schools? Did you say, you've got to gut through this? This is part of living because nothing is going to be easy?
I would do a probational time period. Plus, I would also need examples. Maybe they were just things that you could work through emotionally with your child and say, how can we better equip you to deal with what you dealt with last year? Didn't really get those answers from Ken completely, but I would say people change in the summer. People change and they could come back and sadly they might pick on somebody else and there will be a new victim. If
you've been down this road, how did you handle it? That's what I'm looking for real quick. Can you spare us 30 seconds? Call us now. The thought, I love that he's working through this, I guess. But it seems like we're a little bit close to the starting line right now.
Well, my daughter, who is going into 8th grade, just kind of told me and my wife that she does not want to go back to school for the next school year.
So she wants to get homeschooled. She said she had some, issues with friends, and I can't believe anyone's gone through high school without having some friend issues. But they're like, well, neither of us are educators. How do you handle something like this?
I really do love that they're exploring it because they're not completely dismissing her feelings about it. But also, like I said before, you're not always going to like who you're going to be around, and are you going to change every single job because you don't like a couple of coworkers? It's just, you got to learn how to work through those emotions, I think.
This never happened to me, but as soon as he said this, I can see my dad laughing at me.
Yeah.
And this not even garnering a response. This would have been a, all right. And off he would have went to do something else.
Yeah.
Like that wouldn't have even been a conversation in my house. It would have been, suck it up, buttercup. Life isn't easy. Nothing is free. This just won't happen.
I think you could have a combo of that reaction and supporting it. Like, would you like to go see a counselor? Can we offer that service?
Yeah,
to you?
right.
And then it's, we believe you, but we also think that you need to learn the tools to get through life and not run away from everything. I know a few people in my life that run away from everything and think it's the answer, and it's just not.
Hey, Ron, what are your first thoughts on this, man?
My thoughts on it are it's quite a valuable resource for kids that are having the lifestyles of bullying and stuff like that. Keep them healthier and safer. We can't keep our kids safe when they're in public school. That's the honest point.
Yeah. What would how would you react if this was your daughter? She's going to be going into 8th grade. She's supposed to start school here in maybe a dozen days. And she comes to you and she says, Dad, I don't want to go back to school. I want to be homeschooled. A lot of us aren't in that situation. There's most families have two people that are working, or they don't have somebody who could probably educate an 8th grader. How would you handle this?
Well, initially, my status is I'm attending college and my significant other works. And we have 3 kids in K-12 online school.
Yeah. Wow.
You're all
it's
three
a very
of your...
doable process.
Okay, so my question was going to be, you have all 3 of your kids in online school. Is that working for you guys? Like, do you feel like they're getting a good education?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Then that's all that matters. If your kids are well-adjusted, happy, healthy, learning, you're doing well, every family's going to have their own way of doing it.
You think they're getting a good education? Is there any drawbacks to this online stuff?
The anti-socializing is one.
Yeah.
I know K-12 is setting things up for meet and greets and doing things, go to Mall of America, go to the zoos.
Did they participate in any like extracurricular activities like band or sports or anything like that?
They're able to go to the local school district that they are part of and be in band, sports, things like that if they want.
So they can go and be part of the drama club and stuff like that. It's just they're just going to be at home learning. And then is this like cameras in the classrooms of a specific school, or is this a whole different curriculum online?
It's a whole different curriculum. Occasionally, you'll have your instructor, teacher will do a Zoom meet or Google Classroom meet for half an hour to go over your assignments, and then the kids have their assigned daily, weekly cricker to do.
Okay.
And, you know, bad weather, you can get 3-4 days worth of work done, and then you just have to attend your kids.
Yeah, this is very, very interesting. I'm glad you called, man. This is a side of this I would have never even thought of. I hope you have a great morning.
Yep.
Take care. Wow, that's...
No.
You wouldn't do it?
Hell no.
If your kid was getting bullied severely, you'd think about it.
I would think about making him go somewhere else that's a better fit. I would not have him at home. We'll find you somewhere else. I am not going to be mom and then lunch lady and then teacher and then checker of homework and then grade. No, I wouldn't have it in me. There are some people that do, and that's awesome.
May the 4th is far in our rearview mirror right now. And I know you're not the biggest Star Wars fan, and I think I found out why. First off,
I'm not a fan. I just have never seen one moment of a movie.
So they made all 9 of these movies, and then there's some fringe ones too, like Rogue One and spin-offs like that, and you've never seen a single Star Wars anything.
No.
Your husband?
I haven't even seen the opening enough for me to walk out of a room. It's just never been an interest.
Somebody who apparently loves Star Wars a lot spent a long time just looking at the very first Star Wars movie, and I think this came out in either 77 or 79, right? Mm-hmm. A young Luke Skywalker. And they realized that the original Star Wars is just basically 2 hours of people being confused and not knowing what's going on.
R2-D2, where are you? Wait a minute, where are you going?
Where are those transmissions?
What's this? Who is she?
Luke!
I've seen Luke this morning. Whoa, just where do you think you're going?
Where is the rebel base?
What's going on?
TK421, why aren't you at your post?
Where are you taking this thing?
Where could they be?
I don't know who you are or where you came from.
Do you know what's going on?
Nobody in this movie... Now that I hear this, it's just a series of questions and they're trying to develop this plot, right? Like all of a sudden, and it was one of the first real space age kind of movies, right? Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, you've got to develop all these character lines and this plot. Why is this evil guy looking for this princess and this little robot? And why is this guy going to save the universe and everything like that? So you have to ask a lot of questions, but the next time you actually watch a movie, whether it's on TV or Netflix or you go to the movies, just try and take a mental poll as to how many silly questions are asked to develop a plot line.
Yeah.
Because it's a good tool, but when you take them all and you slap them all together, and this is just a small portion of that, there's like 12 minutes of people just asking questions in the original Star Wars.
Derek would love for me to get into this. He would love for Liam he and his dad bond over these kind of sci-fi movies. The ones that I love are ones that could actually happen, like Passengers. That could actually happen.
Like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
No.
You're telling me somebody can't find the Ark of the Covenant?
Not in my lifetime. And then like Armageddon, that could happen. We could have an asteroid.
Nobody's
drill into it,
flying to the asteroid to put a nuke in it
yet. So it's the movies that seem real, and then you work in some Zex and all that fun stuff. Is there Zex in Star Wars?
No, there's like 2 kissing scenes out of the whole thing. And the one is him kissing his sister.
Ish.
Yeah, he doesn't know he's like the sister yet. But
I think that's always the case.
Yeah. 10 years ago today, we were living in just a different world. It was pre-COVID.
Yep.
It was everybody hates whoever's on the other side of the aisle. If you're a Democrat, Republican, nobody had there was people that were crazy into politics, but not so many people. And I don't want to get all political, but we missed the boat 10 years ago today.
Someone else was wittier than us. You ready?
Yeah.
North Carolina shows Donald Trump leading Hillary Clinton in a possible presidential matchup, but that's not the part that's grabbing people's attention today. It is the third-party candidate on that poll, candidate named D's Nuts.
Yes.
Oh, no. Really?
Oh, no.
A candidate registered as an independent from Iowa has the legal name of D's Nuts. No. Public policy polling showed him pulling 9% of the vote in North Carolina.
Can you rewind that?
Do you hear the people in the back like, no way?
No, like they're like, Brad, I can't believe you're going forward with the study.
That's not the part that's grabbing people's attention today. It is the third-party candidate on that poll, candidate named D's Nuts.
No.
Oh, no. Really? A candidate registered as an independent from Iowa has the legal name of D's Nuts. No.
No. get 9% of the votes. That is pretty amazing.
Never once in my life been, you know what? Life was so much better back in the day. Like you hear your parents tell those stories. This is going to be the one I tell my kids.
So I would have been part of the problem. The people that are like, who are the people wasting their votes on D's nuts? It would have been me because I
Thursday
never
morning during our live show, Psychic Kim is going to be here. We'll give you another crack at $50,000 and more tickets for Farm Aid. You got Willie Nelson, Dave Matthews, Kenny Chesney, John Mellencamp, Trampled by Turtles. It's going to be a huge show, and if you want your free tickets, bring us a corny joke to go to Farm Aid at 8:05 Thursday morning. Right now, let's wrap up the podcast.
I want to give a shout out to my amazing, I literally feel like I have spiders crawling all over me. This is all morning.
That's
phantom crawls.
Yeah.
Anyway,
start coming down.
My incredible husband, because I told him to grab my phone as I was leaving the house because I had my hands full. And he forgot to hand me my phone.
He grabbed it, just didn't give it to you.
Exactly. So he brought it out. And then once he shut the garage door, he noticed that he still had it. I was just going to limp by. And I walk in the studio, put my purse down. He comes in the door.
He followed you to
me
work? Wow.
He drove the 20 minutes round
I was
trip.
going to immediately go, why didn't he call you and tell you to come back home? But he couldn't.
I just wanted to say, if you got a man out there, a lady out there that will do just about anything for you, savor it.
There's no way this would happen in my world. I would go back home after work, and my phone would be sitting on the center island.
She wouldn't have. Well,
There's
you
no
live way out there.
Yeah, but I can't imagine my wife chasing me to work to give me the phone.
What a shame. What a shame. So,
does he expect anything in return from something like this?
Be like, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I wouldn't have either.
Like it's the give and take.
That's your fault, dummy.
Yeah.
Bingo! How fun!
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo.
Bingo! Bingo what bingo?
Bingo! Bingo! All right, so here are the scenarios we're looking for this morning. If either of these fit and you've got a story, call us immediately. First person through gets the bingo. This morning, Kat's looking for anyone listening who
has been hurt because of somebody else. So maybe somebody hit a line drive and it went right to your melon, or somebody hit you with their car. These two social media influencers, they go to restaurants, they try all these foods that people want them to try. They were sitting on the same side of the booth filming, and this car, it was just like a freak thing. This car comes right through the window into their booth.
As soon as we take a bite, we both closed our eyes because naturally we're just enjoying our food, and the car just came out of nowhere.
Boom.
Oh, I'm gonna do a big bite with you. Cheers, my boy. Boom.
Knocks them all the way across the restaurant. So it had such force. But more importantly, how do I get a job like that? Like they could pay a lot of money to try food.
They're probably not making rent. They're living together in a one-bedroom efficiency.
I don't know. They're big influencers. They influenced me to have a burger this week.
I was going to say, are you influenced?
Yeah, has had somebody hurt them. So you've been hurt because of somebody else's actions.
And I'm looking for anyone listening who is still playing their high school instrument, like often. Like you learned in high school, whatever instrument it was, and you still find it part of your everyday, maybe every week life, like this guy. Listen to how good this is. And when you wonder what I do before the show, I watch this kind of stuff. He's amazing on the trombone, right? Yeah. Right. So I'm looking for anyone listening who learned an instrument in high school and it's still part of your daily or weekly life. Kat's on the hunt for anyone listening who
has been hurt by somebody else, their actions. You got hurt.
Like a car came through the window and hit you as you were eating a cheeseburger.
Right.
Good morning. It's Kat and JJ. So my wife and I have built a little gym in the shed that we have, like a 40 by 40 pole shed. We put our batting cage in there, and I got a pool table and our gym. And I can usually tell when anyone comes onto our property because our dog loses its business. It's just So I can hear the dog from the house over the music I've got playing as I'm working out. And I peek out the window, and the doorbell rang. And it alerted me on my phone that our Ring doorbell rang. So I peek out there and I go, hey, what's up? And it was somebody selling Jesus. And a young man in a white shirt and black tie said, hey, how you doing? He came over, shook my hand. I think his name was Greg or Craig. And he goes, have you found your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? And I said,
I've been looking.
And I said, yeah. And he goes, you have? Like, he didn't believe me.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, I'm a Christian. I go, I roll Lutheran. How about you? And he goes, well, that's not important. And I could tell that, like he had some pre-prepared answers, and he gave me his little pitch and wanted me to give him some money or whatever. I didn't really listen very well. And
that
I just
was
said,
nice.
Yeah, well, I was just like, I'm already good with I'm good with my Jesus.
Okay.
And I was just like, you know what, though? This could have turned into something really weird if this guy had a knife or a gun or something like that. So can you fill in the blank for me? The doorbell rang and blank, and it was sensational.
It was one thing that I will never forget. When they roll in on the white van and then everybody scatters to their houses to earn money, like whether they're selling magazine subscriptions or whatever.
They're all going to an exotic location too, right?
Yeah. Yep. This girl, she was selling eco-friendly cleaning products.
Oh, you can even lick them.
And she did. So I opened the door and she's like, hi, I'm trying to make money. I'm a single mom. I don't have health insurance. My child's been sick. And just like the whole spiel, of course, tugging at my mom heartstrings, but not enough to get me to buy it because I already have my own cleaning products. I like my house to smell like chemicals. I like to know that it is clean. I really don't care about sacrificing my body or my loved one.
Or my health, right. Yeah.
And so she's like, listen, this is top-notch, eco-friendly products. You can even drink it if you want to. I said, why would I ever want to drink my cleaning products? She takes the straw out of the spray bottle and she just gives it this long lick. And I'm just like looking at her like that. And
did she walk over to your tires and clean the rims or your concrete or anything like that?
No, our front entryway window.
They're great at it. It's a good pitch.
So either way, bonus, I had part of my house cleaned by somebody else.
My wife is a sucker for this stuff. She'd have bought 50 units.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and then I always blame it on Derek. I act like I'm one of those wives that's kept down by my husband's thumb. And I'm like, I don't know if I can spend that kind of money. Like, I don't think my husband would like that. He's the one in all actuality asking me if he could spend an extra $20. But it got her to go away.
The doorbell rang and you almost had the cleanest house on the block.
Almost.
Carrie, I appreciate you calling right away when you heard this going down. The doorbell rang. That's the beginning of the story. You get to fill in the rest.
Here's a fun one. So the doorbell rang, and I was home from college. One of these breaks. It was like during a spring break, and I was hanging out at home from college. Doorbell rings, and I don't know. I was just doing stuff around the house. I opened the door, and standing there is the cutest guy. A high school guy. Those high school guys that go around and they sell those cards with the little stampy things that make you like,
I got 100 of those.
$1 at the smoothie shop or something like random.
Sure.
It's like those random cards. So anyways, he was selling these cute, little cards and gorgeous smile, I remember. And I was like smitten kind of right off the bat. But then obviously I realized I'm like, oh my gosh, you're just like a senior and I'm in college.
I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, I felt for the guy, I felt for him. And so I bought one of those little stampy things and we exchanged numbers just because, he was flirting. I was flirting really quickly. And that's it. We kind of just let bygones be bygones. But years later, we ended up reconnecting. And he asked me out on a date and it was magical. And it turns out I married the guy.
So
no way.
The doorbell rang and you met your husband.
The doorbell rang and I met my husband.
That is so funny. There's that meme out there where it's like all introverts. I'm just going to sit inside and wait for the love of my life to show up. That literally happened to you.
Exactly. It was so it's always our favorite story to tell. So we just have a blast telling that story.
That's an amazing story. Thank you for that.